Great, thank you very much. And I'd like to also thank the Woods for serving such great beer. So I think that's worth a cheer right from the start, isn't it? I think I achieved there the first objective, and that is to work out whether everybody can hear. Can everybody hear? Yep, we're getting signals from the back. That's great. So we're going to start off with a bit of an audience participation exercise. And what I'd like you to do is actually say dihydrogen monoxide on the count of 3. I want you all to shout it out. So 1, 2, 3. Dihydrogen monoxide. Okay, that's reasonable, but I think we can do better. Can we give it one more try? So 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Right. So we can all say it. The test is going to be towards the end of the evening. Can we still say it? Because that's an important part of this speech. The next part of the experiment is to see whether we can say lead. So can we try 1, 2, 3 lead? 1, 2, 3. Lead. Great. Okay. So we're going to come back to that one as well. Actually, I thought I'd share a story with you, and it's actually true. Earlier this evening, I thought I ought to decide what it is that I want to talk about. So I made myself some notes, and I stuck them on the fridge along with all the other notes. For those of you that are not old yet, it's the kind of thing you do when you get older. And as I came out this evening, I grabbed my notes off the fridge from amongst all the other notes on the fridge, and I'd like to read them to you. So picked up this scrap of paper here, and it says, water, oil, fish, bananas, what's the point, stroke suicide, toast. And I think I had the same thought as you. I've, 1, picked up my shopping list, and 2, at some point this day, I had some kind of midlife crisis that I need to worry about. But actually, when I thought about it, I don't actually eat bananas, so I know I wasn't going to go and buy any, and I am going to speak about bananas. So I think these are actually my notes, which leaves us wondering, what was I smoking when I wrote these? But it does actually follow a pattern, so let's see if we can stick with it. And actually, I'm not going to stick with it. I think we'll start with the point, because otherwise I'll forget what it is. I have a tendency to do that. So the point is this, that in modern day society, I think if we are going to build a better world, we need to start properly considering facts in the context that is appropriate for them. And that I've got a couple of examples here of where facts are used out of context. And because they're used out of context, people, governments panic, jump to bad decisions, and do stupid things. And so what I would like at the end of the evening is to have convinced a few people that we need to go out to the world and stop them from panicking and get them to understand facts in context. Now, the ironic thing about a presentation of that nature is, in order to do it, I am going to give you some facts. And they may well be out of context. Some of them may not even be true. And I'm not asking you to actually believe them, because the whole principle of this presentation is to get people to actually question things and go away and check them. So if I've got something wrong, great. Go away, confirm it, look it up. There's plenty of information on the internet, and you can see whether it's right or not. So I'd like to start with some facts that I do think are absolutely true. And they're quite astonishing. And I'm amazed that more people don't know about them. And they're around this material, dihydrogen monoxide. Now, a lot of you probably know about dihydrogen monoxide because you're toxicologists. But here are some facts that I was looking up on the internet. So firstly, it is a byproduct of our consumption of fossil fuels. And of all the chemicals that mankind uses, it is the one that has killed more than any other. If you investigate the statistics on cancer, you will find that almost every cancer victim, possibly all of them, were exposed to dihydrogen monoxide at the time that their cancer developed. You can actually find dihydrogen monoxide in a number of forms. In its solid form, just touching it for a short period of time will cause burns. In its vapor form, the burns are instantaneous. One of the guilty secrets of the food industry is when governments tried to force foods to label their foods, dihydrogen monoxide was the substance that the food industry fought longest and hardest to have to put on their labels. And it's not a surprise, clearly very dangerous stuff. And a survey of the people of America went out and presented them with just a few of these facts, and 83% of the people of the United States would instantaneously sign a petition to ban the use of dihydrogen monoxide. Now, I don't know about you guys, the evidence is fairly compelling, and on the face of it, I think, yeah, you know what, I would ban the use of dihydrogen monoxide if I didn't know that water, the other name for dihydrogen monoxide, is a major component of beer, and beer is good stuff, as we established at the beginning of the presentation.